Why have you clicked this video? I said that if you want to start poultry farming, don't click this video. What is the main reason why I've said you don't have to click this video if you want to do poultry farming? There are various reasons of why I have said you don't have to click this video. So I'll be able to explain them in this video. So stay tuned to the end. Or maybe you're just so curious, and you know curiosity killed the cat. Maybe I'll end up highlighting the dark sides in the poultry sector, or maybe the positives. So stay tuned to the end so as you can be able to know what I'll be able to analyze in this video. First, make sure you like the video and share to your friends, or should they watch it? So let's get started. The first reason of why you should not watch this video if you want to start poultry farming is something known as the feeds. The feeds in the poultry sector are way expensive. For example, if you want to rear this kind of chicken, at this age, this chicken consumes around 6.5 bags, 6.5 to 7 bags in a single day. The cost of one bag layer smash is around 3,200. So how much is that? Comment down below. Do your math and you'll see how much I'm spending on a single day on the cost of feed. The only difference is that if you're rearing birds like these ones is not like the cows. You know, for the cows, you can decide. Let me show you here. The cows, you can decide and plant napier grass. Okay? You can decide and plant napier grass. As you can see over there, that is some plantation of napier grass. So even if you have some cows, you can decide and just cut and put napier grass on your farm. You can plant the fodder and the pasture for the cows. But what of chicken? If you are rearing chicken, you can't be able to plant grass, because if you decide to rear 100 chicken, free range farming, and that's why I usually don't do free range farming, because we have a very small plot of land. As you can see, it's a very tiny plot of land. The small plot of land whereby you can't do free range farming, because if you want to rear around 100 to 150 chicken to this stage of our chicken, you have to have 1 acre piece of land, so as you can be able to pasture those chicken appropriately without any purchase of feeds. So if you want to venture into poultry farming and you have like 10 acres, you can only be able to rear 1,000 chicken on that free land without having any hesitation. Because if you don't do that, you'll end up finding out that your chicken have eaten all the grass and they have left the ground bare like this place. So if you're practicing free range farming and your ground is bare like this, so your chicken won't be able to get some flies so that they can feed them and the small animals in the grass. And also they cannot feed on the grass because the grass is not available. So that is the only difference. Because if you want to do poultry farming and you don't have enough money so as you can be able to purchase the feeds, you won't be able to manage. Because you'll end up finding out that you can end up deciding to underfeed your chicken because you don't have enough money to purchase the feeds. Because if you end up doing that, then you won't be able to gain the profitability in this business. And that is why I usually tell you, in the poultry sector, you have to really plan. And that's why I usually do consultation. If I do consultation and they tell me your budget, then I can plan for you something that is tailor-made to you and that can benefit you, so as you cannot get out of business because you are lacking something essential. Okay? So that's what I usually keep on telling. Because, you know, there's some time back then where my father, we were keeping some cows. And that's why I'm saying rearing cows is way easier. If you want to really do poultry farming, if you're still watching up to this point, then you really know that I'm telling you the real deals that are there in the poultry sector. Because back then we were rearing like 10 cows and we had planted like 1.5 acres of napier grass. So we were going and cutting the napier grass and feeding them to our cows. And we are getting hay, whereby we will plant them in like 5 acres of land. Then we will sun dry it, then we will store it, whereby it can be eaten by the cows for a very long time. And you know, for the benefit of the cow, for example, if you are rearing like 4 dairy cows, you only need 1 acre of land whereby you have placed maize. If you plant maize in 1 acre of land, it is able to feed 4 cows. Only 1 acre. 4 cows for 365 days. As compared to chicken, I've said you can only rear 100 chicken on 1 acre piece of land. So if you are doing poultry farming, as a business here in Africa, the only best thing is that you do fully intensive, whereby you have placed all your chicken inside the chicken coop. Because if you are not able to do that, then you won't be able to become profitable. Yes? And that is the biggest thing that most farmers usually don't know. If you are able to do that, then you'll be able to get a lot of money in this sector. And also that's why I posted a video of why you should make your own feeds by the use of concentrate, or you can decide to formulate your own feeds by buying the raw ingredients. Then you can able to make a complete feed meal for your chicken. If you're able to do that, then everything will go as planned. But if you are not able to do that, my friend, you won't be able to achieve whatever you want to achieve. Okay? So something else that I want to add up is that the second thing, why you should not watch this video if you want to do poultry farming. Theft. There's a lot of theft in the poultry sector. You know, for example, if it's for a cow, you can't find a person like stealing a whole cow, because when they steal a whole cow, you just notice. But for chicken and for the eggs, a lady can decide and hide it here, some eggs, and go with it. You can't check her. You can also find out that the chicken can be stolen in just like 3 minutes. Maybe you have gone to town and you're not at the farm like 3 minutes. Then somebody has made a deal with a neighbor somewhere. Then they come and they pick the chicken. So if you want to start poultry farming, don't become the phone call farmer. If you decide to become a phone call farmer, what you can do, you decide, should I set up CCTVs whereby you can monitor it wherever you are, and also put up measures. Like on our poultry farm, you're still trying. We haven't made the best fence, but you can see that we have tried and made a bit of some chain link over here, so as you can be able to prevent. You have to minimize. You don't have just to stay how things are, but we want to put a wall. But we keep on. You start from somewhere. That's where we have started from, so as we can be able to achieve whatever we want to achieve. Okay, so that is another thing. If you really want to start poultry farming, you don't have to watch this video, but if you are still watching, thank you. You are really supporting the hustle. So you really have to know those things, because if you don't know those things, then you won't be able to become profitable. Because when a person decides and steals one chicken from you, let's do this simple math. This one chicken can produce for you around, can I say, 300 eggs. Let's just put roughly 300 eggs. For us we are doing breeding, 300 eggs, let's say we have a hatch percentage of around 220 chicks, okay, out of the 300 eggs that the chicken has produced. Meaning the cost that the money that we would have lost, because we sell a chick at around 90 bob. If you are getting chicks like around 220, that means that we will be able to lose around 18,800 there to 19,000. Meaning that is around $160 only from one chicken that is stolen. That is the loss that we incur. One chicken is stolen, you are getting a loss of around over $160. Okay, so if you are able to get a huge loss like that only from one chicken lost, and on our farm we are able to lose like around 100 and something chicken from theft. Okay, so those are some of the challenges that can arise when you're doing poultry farming. You may end up thinking that everything is just all right, but you end up finding out that if something like that happens to you, then you won't be able to stay afloat. It's not like the cow whereby you say somebody can steal a cow. You can't run with a cow for a very long time before they catch you. But for a chicken, most chicken usually look the same. You can't know that this is my chicken. Even if you find it in your neighbors and maybe you decide to ask them that this chicken is mine, you may face it rough because you know how people behave. So that is another challenge that can attack you if you are doing poultry farming. And why you should not watch this video. But if you are still watching, you keep on going. Last but not least, or is it second last? Keep on watching. Diseases. So if you're practicing poultry farming and you're not well averse with diseases, diseases can really cause huge losses on your poultry farm. Or can it say mismanagement? It can be mismanagement and diseases, yes. It can cause huge losses on your poultry farm. Because there was some time on our poultry farm, we lost around 1,000 brooded chicks in a span of like 20 minutes. I think I posted that video whereby we had a lot of wind and it scared the chicks. And the chicks stumbled upon each other and we had a loss of over 1,000 chicks. So that was like, how many dollars? Around $2,000. We got a loss of around $2,000 in a span of 20 minutes. So those are some of the issues that can attack a poultry farm. And then in case of diseases, if you are not well averse with diseases, you can end up treating a disease that is not that disease. What am I meaning by when I'm saying that you can end up treating a disease that is not that disease? Maybe your chicken can end up getting cholera, because cholera has some same symptoms and signs as Newcastle in some way. So you may end up trying to treat your chicken against Newcastle. Maybe you're saying that this chicken have gotten Newcastle and this maybe is not cholera. You don't know how to differentiate it, and you have decided that you are culling your chicken because they have gotten Newcastle. And then you cull your chicken, you sell them at a throwaway price, but little did you know that that is a salmonella disease and it can be treated by some antibiotics. So some sulfur antibiotics. So you may think that your chicken are suffering from such a disease. Because you don't have enough knowledge, you may end up incurring losses. So those are some of the things that most farmers usually don't know. And you really need to know. If you really don't want to consult, just get a vet, a qualified vet. Okay? Don't get a theoretical vet. Get a vet who is practicing. Because I realized most people usually learn these things in school, but they don't practice. So they only have the theory part of it. But you really need the theory part of it and also the practical part of it. If you have the both, then everything will go as you want it. Okay? Because if you just decide that you are only getting the person who is good at the theory, you won't be able to achieve whatever you want to achieve. Okay? Yes. So this is our chicken and you can see how they are still going on very well. You can see in our laying nests, they're still getting eggs. But you can see on the backs of this chicken how they have been made. The feathers are not there because the roosters are really feasting on them. So that is it. Okay? So that is what you should do. You have to make sure that you are getting a person who is qualified, who can be able to advise you of the poultry management things and the diseases. Because if you just decide that you are trying to save money, for example, if you want to rear like even 1,000 chicken, 1,000 chicken is like $10,000 investment, and you can't spend like only $50 or $100 for consultation. So as you can be able to get the best advice and the best education on what you want to invest your money in. What are you doing? What are you doing? Don't neglect those important things that can really help you at the end. So what you have to do, guys, make sure you follow all those things that I've told you in this video and the necessary precautions. Because if you follow all the necessary precautions, then you'll be able to become profitable. As I told you, I want you guys to become profitable. And I usually do the consultation around $50 to $100, depending with what you want to rear, or also with your big goal. That is what we have in our package. That is true to the current time of filming this video, which is 23rd September 2024. That is true according to that time. And we usually also sell our day-old chicks from this parent stock. Okay, usually sell our day-old chicks from this parent stock at the cost of only 90 bob, 90 Kenyan shillings. Okay, 90 Kenyan shillings, and we'll be able to deliver it countrywide. If you are in Kenya, our phone numbers are +254 706 54 37 60. That is our phone number, and you can be able to reach us out, and we'll be able to supply to you quality day-old chicks. And also remember, we also supply brooded chicks. Don't forget that, and we really thank you. So guys, thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.